Man, what's going on? Everybody's fragged out, swagged out, and you already know why I'm here. Number one, because I haven't been here in a while. So I wanted to do something special. If I was gonna come back after this long hiatus, I've been to California doing glamcation. Then I came back, jet lag like crazy. But we are back, and I have a fragrance that has really woken me up and my senses up. And this is a beautiful new release by Primera Perfumes. And if you watch my channel, whether here or on Instagram, you already know I'm high, I'm Primera. Always talking about their fragrances. Probably one of the brands that I have that has the most videos on my channel. And if you heard about Primera, probably heard it from me. And you're like, nah, my favorite reviewer told me about it. Like, yeah, well, they probably heard it from me. But anyway, we ain't gonna get busy about that. What we're talking about today is this latest release from Primera, La Dolce Vita. Or, if you prefer, La Dulce Vita. But I'm gonna go hard body Italian on it, right? This right here is an amazing tobacco fragrance. We'll start there. So do you love tobaccos? And you're like, yo, tell me about that tobacco vibe. This is it right here. And it does it so differently. I have so many tobacco fragrances and they all do their own thing, but you can always find that thing that keeps everybody, you know, similar. This goes such a different way, but still staying true to the tobacco here. So let's talk about notes really quick. And by listening to this, you're going to kind of see why it goes so different. So we're going to get top notes of dates, nutmeg, lavender, pink pepper. In the mid, you're going to get geranium, tobacco, Assam, Olibanum. And in the base, you're going to get musk, sandalwood, vetiver, Tolu balsam, and an amber accord. So let's go ahead and, I ain't going to lie, I had it on already. But I don't mind throwing some more on because this is... It's different, man. I'm telling you, it's tobacco, but it's his own tobacco. You do not have a tobacco that smells like this in your collection. I just haven't found it. But this right here goes so crazy. So you're definitely going to get that nutmeg and that date opening. Just ignore that because I'm not editing any of this. You got those dates. You have that nutmeg and you have that pink pepper. And a lot of the fragrances that I enjoy, especially some of the ones that lean kind of Middle Eastern vibe, have that nutmeg or saffron or pink pepper combination that I love. It creates this very spicy, sweet accord in the air that I love, or at least on my skin, that's how those fragrances tend to project. So you have that date, you have that spicy, kind of sweet thing going on, and immediately you get that tobacco that starts taking over. But it doesn't like block those other notes. They start really dressing up that tobacco nice. The tobacco is very present. It is kind of earthy, but sweet. And that Olibanum immediately jumps in there with it as well. And it gives it this kind of spicy, but aromatic kind of spicy. It's not going to go overly incensey, overly spicy. Nice. Subtle, where it allows the tobacco to do what it has to do. And then that vetiver in the base really starts to pick up. It's not a sharp vetiver. I am not a fan of overly green, sharp vetiver. You're going to get a subtle kind of greenness here, but it really blends with the tobacco. It kind of makes the tobacco itself be most multifaceted, where you get some of that brown, some of that sweet, some of that earthy type of tobacco, but the greenness kind of gives it like a freshness to it as well. And that's what's really going on in this fragrance. You're getting this kind of fresh, dark balance of tobacco that plays around with these spicy, sweet elements of that nutmeg and that pink pepper and that Olibanum. Now, there's a couple of notes in here that stand out when you read them, and they could be like, I don't know what's going to go on there. Number one, that Assam. If you are oud adverse, that will not detract from this fragrance at all. Like you may not even pick up on it. It's nice. It gives it another layer of complexity. It makes it more of a man fragrance. Now, I personally do think that this is going to shine on a man's skin more because it did on mine. Listen, I sprayed it in Glamcation over in California. Room full of women smelled this and they was like, yo, that is fire. I don't know many of them that thought that it goes great for them, but they definitely think that it goes great on a guy. And I have to agree with that. Like, this is a man's fragrance. This is an amazing tobacco fragrance that's going to make you stand out, especially in that tobacco fragrance world. It does a lot of great things, but it's, man, the transitions on it, like some of those supporting role notes, like that date, like that pink pepper, like that sandalwood, that Tolu balsam, start bouncing in and out at times while the tobacco is still front and center. This is an amazing tobacco fragrance that, if I was you and I love tobacco, I definitely want to get my nose on sooner than later. Now, where can you get this fragrance? Primera Perfumes has just released their website that they've been working on for a while. And if you know me, I've been talking about that on Instagram for a minute. Like, yo, Bader, let's get this website popping. Well, it's out now. You can get it. It is international, so you know how that goes. That's on you if you want to go that route. However, if you go to Max Aroma and they do sell Primera Perfumes, this fragrance is not there yet. So it's going to be exclusive to the website, I believe, for a little while, at least till December, I'm assuming, when he brings everything to the United States. But if you don't want to order internationally and you don't want to wait for Max Aroma and you want to get it as soon as possible, your third option is ScentXplore. ScentXplore is an event for all the frag heads to check out all the new and some of their favorite fragrances. A big convention in New York City, December 1 and 2. I'll actually be up there as well. Bader will definitely be there with all his products, and you can check it out in person for the first time. Well, you know, if you've never checked it out, it'll be your first time. I've had this for about a week now, and I'm loving it. I let some people in California check it out, and for the most part, everyone has loved this particular fragrance. There is another fragrance in this collection that he did send me, which I'll do sometime this week, and we'll talk about that later. But as far as I'm concerned, what I smell so far, this is going to be one of the better fragrances that he's made, period. And if you know me, I've got about 4 or 5 that I'm like are better than almost everything else. This is up there. It's contending. This tobacco is amazing. If you love tobacco, check it out. That's what I'm going to say. I ain't going to get busy on anything else. The notes are crazy. They really do what they're supposed to do in this fragrance. And this tobacco is going to be one of those tobaccos that you're going to want to talk about once you have it. But you heard it here first. Like, again, let's not get crazy about that. That's all I have for you folks. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you. Give it a thumbs up. And if you hate this content, tell me why. Tell me why I'm terrible. Rico, you should edit more. I don't like watching your videos because when my girlfriend sits with me, she says you're cute. And I get all that. My bad. But look, thank you for watching. Leave your comments. Please subscribe. Thumbs up. More videos, more content to come. I'm trying to get busy this year. And if you're going to be at ScentXplore, we'll see you over there. Leave it in the comment too. And by the way, I'll ask some information because my boy unAVERAGEJOE has it on affiliate link. So I'll throw that in there if you're interested. And show some love to the homie. I mean, that's all I have for you. It's fragged out, swagged out. I'm out.